Hey, crypto crowd, got another episode for you today featuring some real mad money. I'm Mad Adam, your host, and today we're going to talk about a new type of coin. Yeah. So, we've covered a couple of different types before, and it seems like every day I'm hearing about new protocols, new types of coins, and whatnot. But we're going to cover today one of my favorite new releases to the crypto scene, Masternodes. So we've covered Bitcoin. There's lots of forks of Bitcoin. There's Dogecoin. There's a bunch of different types of coins out there. There's your alts, your Ethereum-based ERC20, ERC777, and so forth. There's proof of work coins, proof of stake, and now there's masternodes. Now, masternodes are a new take on proof of stake. Typically, you can stake and collect rewards on masternodes, but I'm going to highlight one of the masternodes that I personally am invested in and have an interest in, and it's one of my favorites currently because A, it's doing really well, and B, they've got some really interesting stuff coming out. So, without further ado, I introduce to you LPC, Light Pay Coin. So LPC is a masternode coin like many others. There's Gin Coin, Frost. There's a whole slew of them. And a lot of times, if you look on like Masternode Online, which is a website I use, I'll link to it down below. If you check out the listing of all of the different masternode coins out there, you'll see a lot have really high ROIs. And it's really enticing, but you'll find a lot of the high ROI, return on investment coins, in the masternode sphere are just money grabs. They're scams. And if they're not direct scams, then they will look like it because they will disappear shortly, because with a high ROI, you're giving a lot of returns on the masternode, but people end up flooding the market because they're getting all these free coins coming in, and they sell them, and those coins stack up in the sell orders, driving the buy price down. So anyway, let's get into some more of the meat of Masternode. So anyway, let's get into some more of the meat of masternodes. So what does it mean to be a masternode? So we've covered proof of stake, so I hope you have a firm understanding of what that is. Essentially, you hold coins and you earn rewards for holding. So proof of stake is typically, and I haven't yet seen any proof of work masternode coins. I think they're non-complementary. So proof of stake with masternodes means. So let's get into some more of the meat of what a masternode is. So with proof of stake, you hold on to coins and you earn rewards based on just holding them in your wallet. Masternodes are very similar to this and actually incorporate proof of stake into them a lot of times. So with Bitcoin, you've got mining because it's proof of work. So you have a dedicated piece of hardware that runs dedicated software to do the mining for you. It's running tons of algorithms, but it's running an arbitrary difficulty based on what the protocol sets. So proof of stake and masternodes are similar in that rather than doing work to provide you rewards or to mine transactions, the software, it's not running some arbitrary difficult software. It's just processing transactions. The point of masternodes is, though, instead of having a lot of money sunk into hardware, you have your money sunk into coins. So masternodes require a specific amount of collateral, which is just an amount of the coin that you're running your masternode for. So in the case of LPC, masternode for LPC requires 1,000 coins. So you gather, you accumulate in whatever way 1,000 coins, you get your masternode software running, and you stake your 1,000 coins against that masternode. That's it in a nutshell, and you get periodic rewards based on blocks. So as more blocks are mined, you get more rewards. The problem is with masternodes, and it's not a problem, it's part of the design of them, the more nodes online for a given network, the less often you'll get Masternode rewards. Why is this? Well, there's a set amount of rewards per block, and those rewards will go out to everybody that's mining. But the more people you have mining, the more those rewards get split up. So you'll get the reward amount is set, but the reward frequency is variable. So as more people join the network, you have to spread it out further, which means it gets spread out less often. Along with that, LPC, whereas a lot of Masternode coins, they have a schedule for returns that normally is decreasing. Over time, fewer rewards get paid out. That's an attempt to kind of stabilize the network. LPC does something interesting. They actually have a schedule of rewards for their masternodes that increases to a given point and then decreases again. So this is interesting because it adds incentive as awareness grows to get on board and build a masternode as the rewards increase, and then they taper down to a given amount and then stay steady at that lower amount close to where it started. So it incentivizes a bunch of people to get in, but then it stabilizes to a given amount. And LPC actually has a cap of 21 million coins. So as that masternode reward stabilizes, the circulating supply stays static, which increases the amount of demand. So you have this dynamic effect of more people coming onto masternodes, holding the coins, essentially holding them out of circulation, and the rewards being sold on the exchange. And those rewards are the frequency and amount are fairly consistent. So you have a consistent amount of coins available to buy on a given exchange, and more people get involved, the buy orders go up, which pushes the price up because your demand is going to outpace your availability. So LPC, what they're looking to do, aside from just having a really great masternode coin, and this is one of the caveats with investing in masternodes, is you want to make sure that the coin that you're putting your money in has some sort of use case outside of, hey, we're just a masternode coin, because what good is that? The coin's eventually going to die out because people are getting into it just to get into the masternode, and then once saturation in the market happens, you'll have fewer people coming on, and the price just goes down because your supply outpaces your demand. So LPC has a use case, and they're working heavily on getting the use case realized. They actually have a partnership, and the official announcement is to be released this week, I believe, with the University of Central Florida, UCF. They're working with UCF students and faculty to develop contactless ATMs. Let that sink in for a second. So NFC, near field communications for mobile devices, has been around for a while. Think of Samsung Pay or Apple Pay. These technologies work because of NFC. But ATMs, you still have to pull out a card, insert it physically into the device, and a lot of ATMs these days hold on to your card. We have these mobile payment solutions. Why can't we connect mobile payment solutions like Apple Pay with ATMs? So you have near field communication ATMs. The idea is to create these ATMs so that you can purchase and sell. Now, they're only going to work with LightPay coin, but if I go up to a LightPay coin ATM with my iPhone and tap it and buy some LPC with it, put it directly into my wallet, which, by the way, is also on my phone because they're developing an iOS wallet. They already have Android wallets and for every other OS, and they're currently working on releasing their iOS app for the LPC wallet. But I go up to this ATM and I buy some LPC. It's now in my wallet. Well, I can easily trade that out for Bitcoin on any exchange that LPC is listed on. So it's not just an LPC ATM, it is a crypto ATM. It is one new way to get fiat into the exchanges, just via the intermediary of LPC, which is useful in its own case because they're working on a lot of other partnerships with local government in Florida to be able to do things like pay your taxes, pay fees, and stuff like that using LPC directly. Imagine getting a hold of one of these ATMs and running it locally in your town or city. It's kind of like a physical Masternode. And that's what someone in the Discord, which I'll link to, mentioned this morning. And it was a neat thought. So you've got an ATM out there, and of course you need collateral for it for people buying and selling. So say you connect it up to your LPC wallet, and you put a bunch of LPC in there so that people buying have it instantly available, and then people selling, well, it's like an ATM. You got to stock it with cash, right? With fiat. So it acts as a collateral for transactions, just like a Masternode. So it's interesting to think about it in that way because a lot of us in the Discord channel have Masternodes and want to continue building out our passive income. And this might be another route if they allow community members or non-LPC team members to actually purchase and or operate these ATMs. Now they're going to need collateral, so why not leverage the community in the same way that they're doing for the Masternode to allow the collateral for these ATMs? I think that would be a great idea. So 6 exchanges LPC is now offered on. We've got Crypto Bridge, Coin Exchange, Stocks Exchange, Escodex, South Exchange, and CoinEx Market. That's a mouthful. I'll put links and whatnot. Granted, I had never heard of any of these exchanges before getting into LPC and Masternodes, but Crypto Bridge is a pretty big one. It's a decentralized exchange, and I've been doing a lot of trading on there recently. So a lot of legit exchanges, some less known ones from different markets. There's also a new one-click Masternode solution that was just announced yesterday in their weekly webinar, which happens on Wednesdays. So it's easy to get LPC. They're listed a lot of places. It's easy to put together a Masternode because they not only do they have that new solution, but the software that runs the actual server application is really easy to run, and the wallet's really easy to run. It's going to look very familiar to anyone out there. So if you don't have a Masternode running in this day and age, you might be behind the curveball here. There's a lot to choose from out there. LPC is just one of them. It's my current favorite. But if you want to look at some others, check out Masternode online. Again, I'll link. Look through them, read up, do your own research. Research investing in Masternodes because it's a bit of a minefield. But take a look at LPC. Check us out in the Discord. I'll link to the Discord server as well. Check me out. My username in there is Ace of Space. I'm not sure why I didn't go with Mad Adam again, but there you go. Another thing I wanted to talk about with LPC is price. So what has LPC been doing price-wise as far as following Bitcoin? I bought LPC when it was not at its all-time high, but on its way up at $10 per coin. So I invested $10,000 in my Masternode. So not long after I bought my Masternode, the price spiked because a lot of people were seeing the payout and wanted to get involved. So the price spiked to, I think it was upwards towards $16 a coin. And I was still just getting my Masternode started, so I hadn't started seeing any significant rewards coming back. And then the price dropped. It was natural pullback, but it dropped pretty significantly. Now it's climbing back up. We're currently sitting at about 450, and we've been pretty steady at about 40 to 60,000 Satoshi for at least a week now. So it's very steady right now. We're seeing continual gradual growth in a linear fashion, and pretty soon we'll hit that parabolic curve up as the price spikes, especially once we see the ATMs come out, because once you get a real solid use case out in the market, the demand is going to go sky high. On top of that, LPC is an extremely quick payment method. The transactions go through lickety split, nothing like Bitcoin, where Bitcoin can take at least an hour for a single transaction. This is near instant, and they have the ability for obfuscation with anonymous payments. So that's another really neat feature. Tie that into the ATM feature, and we've got a lot of good things going on with LPC. And the price is right now to get in. And even if it stays where it is, the Masternode, let me check Masternode online right now. So the daily return is about 28 to 30 LPC, depending on staking rewards. That's currently about $130 a day in passive income. That's not a lot of money, but when you're thinking about it, could you use an extra, say, $3,000 to $4,000 a month? Well, an extra. Here I am sitting here thinking, well, that's my salary. I'm a software developer, and that's pretty much close to my salary. I could replace my salary by just sitting here doing nothing. That's the way Masternodes work. And you're not really doing nothing. You're providing a service. You are running a server that is processing transactions and contributing to the blockchain. So you're providing a service to the network, and for that you're getting rewarded. That's why Masternodes are a thing. It's not just free money. I'm paying to run a VPS somewhere in the cloud to host my Masternode, but it's super cheap. It's like $5 a month maybe. And it's just sitting there chugging away, processing blocks, and I'm getting about 30 LPC a day in rewards. And I'm almost to the point of having my second Masternode up and running simply by running my first one. I've acquired almost 100% of my initial investment as far as LPC is concerned. So I'll have my second node up and running soon, and that will double my daily income of LPC. And I'll be approaching six figures if the price stays stable where it is now. Now, I predict, and I am not an advisor, I'm not a professional investor, I'm just some dude sitting in front of a webcam somewhere in the US. So take this with the gravity that it deserves. But I predict LPC shooting up at least to its all-time high in the next month or two, especially as the official announcement comes out with University of Central Florida, and more information comes out about their ATM. Hopefully we'll get some sort of an overview or demo, and I'll do a video hopefully once we get some more information about that. And the CEO, Dr. D, has been doing weekly webinars. He hosts them himself, so he goes over a lot of the current events in LPC. So it's great stuff. It's staying current. So it's a great coin. It's staying fresh, fresh information every day, vibrant community. LPC is also listed on CoinMarketCap, so it gets that badge of honor. The only downside with CoinMarketCap currently is they only have 2 of the 6 exchanges listed, so their data is a little off. The price is fairly accurate, but the volume is off because there's only 2 of 6 exchanges being reflected on CoinMarketCap. So take that with a grain of salt. Reaching all-time high of about $16 shouldn't be hard. We should see that in the coming months, but once the ATMs roll out, I'm guessing at least $20 a coin. And $100 a coin, that's a stretch goal, but I see it as possible. This is a real coin with real use case, with real hardware coming out, and software all over the place with the wallets. So give it a look. Take a chance on it, I guess. Currently, a Masternode worth is running at the current price at about $4,500. So if you've got a spare $5,000 sitting around, throw it into a Masternode. Why not? Make some free money. That's all I got for today. I hope you enjoyed this overview of Masternodes featuring LPC. Got any questions? Drop them down below. Look me up on Telegram, on Discord, on Twitter, on anything but Facebook. So thanks for watching Mad Adam's Mad Money. with today's episode of Masternodes featuring LPC. Shoot me some comments when you get them, and I'll see you next time. Peace.